I need all the wins, yeah. Ain't no L's, I gotta get a no call and quits, yeah. Gotta keep on moving no matter how hard it gets, yeah. Better move out the way, cause I'm coming with harder hits. My head is as hard as a brick, but I'm harder than all it is. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. My heart on my sleeve. Shit on my greed. That's how I get it. Success ain't no given. Some days I don't eat, I don't sleep. When I'm focused, I'm dangerous. They don't want it when I'm anxious. Ain't no limit till I tank. I'm running on fumes. The opposition don't amaze. The roads racing through the pavement. Get your hands out of my bag. I know that's because I've been in it. I don't need to brag. I guess that's what happens when you taking care of your business. But some family, you do the math. I'm out of my pocket. Houston, we got a problem. I ain't perfect. Let them watch me elevating. Got them nauseous. Cause I'm the pilot in the cockpit. Nose diving in the house. And woo. Watch out, get ahead. Watch out, get ahead. Watch out, get ahead. Woo.
It's time! Welcome to DFS by the Numbers with your host, Brady.
Better move, you might get knocked out. Knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out. Knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to DFS by the Numbers and welcome to Best Bet for UFC 295. We got Alex Pereira going against Jiri Prochazka. We have a very fun 13-fight card. I cannot wait to get into it and break it down. We are here on a Saturday with Uncle Weezy and Danny Betz. We'll kick it to you first, Weezy. Are you looking forward to UFC 295?
Yeah, this is my heaviest card in a long time. Love the betting spots on this card. You know, a lot of times I want to fade like more than half the fights when I'm on Best Bet, but this one, it was actually hard to find fights to fade. But I'm looking forward to hearing what you guys have to say. This is a great card, great fights, a lot of bets that I have, so I'm ready to go.
Absolutely. We got Danny in the building. Danny, what is up? You looking forward to this card today?
Yes, sir, man. There's going to be some crazy fights on this pay-per-view. If it wasn't for the pay-per-view coming up in December, man, this one's, up there for sure. This is probably second of the year, in my opinion. But I got, 6 bets, I think? And there's a lot of live dogs, man. Most of my plays tonight is going to be dogs, so we'll see what happens.
Yep, we'll see what happens indeed. Before we get into it, if you guys could please do us a favor, leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel. Fight Odds is not working currently. We'll refresh it to see if it's working now, and it's still not. So maybe it'll work by the time this intro is over. But yeah, guys, so in the description, you'll see the current standings. They are all updated there. We do have a new person in first place. Cody, shout out to Blood Money, is now in first place. He hit the Mara KO round 2. Plus 1,000, and he made it his best bet, so that turned into 20 units for him. So shout out to Cody for that. Lou isn't too far behind him. And yeah, also you'll find the links down to both Weezy and Danny's YouTube as well, so be sure to check that out. But yeah, I do want to shout out the chat before we get started. We'll give Fight Odds a couple more minutes to get it together. I'm not sure what's going on, but maybe they will soon. We got Josh in the chat. What is up, Josh? Saying good afternoon. We got the Light of Truth. We got our guy Bill in the chat. We got Mateus in the building. Silky B in the building as well. Let's see who else we got in here. We got Ed. We got It Juice, Eric the Red, Nick. We got Joseph, Ray in the building. We got Sean V in the building. Sean V is very confident in Pavlovich. He said Tom Aspinall has a 0% chance. So we'll see if Sean nails it there. Uncle Keith. What is up, Uncle Keith? We got Matthew in the building. And what is up, everybody? All right. So we're going to get into it. I guess I'm going to have to go to the old website here. Hopefully it's working. The Best Fight Odds website. Oh, they're working. So we'll use them for now. All right. So we'll start with the first fight of the card. We have Dennis Bazookia going against Jamal Emers. We have Jamal Emers around the minus 245 range. Dennis Bazookia around the plus 200 range. The lines kind of stayed still throughout the week. Curious to hear your guys' thoughts on the first fight of the night. We'll start with you, Danny. What is your best bet for the first fight? And by the way, guys, 13 fights. We each have 3 passes this week.
Yeah, man. I'm going to start off hot. I'm passing on this one, boys. I think Emers is going to win. Probably a decision, but I can't trust that guy, bro. Like, his IQ is so suspect. It's not even suspect. It's bad. We all should know that. And, even though I think he gets it done here, he missed weight too also. That's another reason why I'm skipping this one. It's a clear pass for me.
Right, Danny coming out very hot, using up one of his 3 passes. And by the way, you see it down at the bottom. It's you can go to Allo. It's Singles Day today, and you can get 30% off site wide. So shout out to Allo. It's Singles Day, and it's limited time only as well. So shop now, guys. Weezy, what do you like for the first fight of the night?
So my original the bet that I had early in the week was Jamal Emers to win by decision, and then he missed weight, and I hate that. I've never seen Emers miss weight before. That's a big red flag for me. And Emers, the reason I bet Emers by decision was because I believe in the durability of Dennis Buzukja. I think that's one thing that we can count on from that dude is that he's tough as nails. He's not going to quit, and he's going to be very difficult to finish. So I switched my bet due to Emers' weight miss over to the Dennis Buzukja finish only prop, which is at plus 178, because I think if somebody gets a finish, it's going to be Dennis. He's the one that hits harder. He's the one that's more durable. We saw Julian Erosa knock out Jamal Emers on Contender Series some years ago. So, yeah, I'm going to go with Dennis Buzukja, finish only plus 178 on FanDuel.
Actually, I like that as well. I think if there's a finish, it does come on the Dennis side. But yeah, I'm passing on this fight. I'll use up one of my 3 passes. I think Emers wins. I think it's a great fight for Emers, but I don't really want to lay the minus 250 and sweat that out because Emers, as we know, he doesn't make the best decisions. He doesn't have the best fight IQ, and on top of that, he did miss weight, so I'm not sure what's going on. So this is a fight I'm going to be passing from all perspectives, and I'm not too big of a fan of this fight. But I think the fights are fire going forward there. Let's see what we got here. Buzukja, hometown guy. Yeah, I mean, if it goes to decision, I mean, these crooked, corrupt judges could potentially ruin it. But yeah, I think Emers would have to really mess up to lose this fight, in my opinion. We got Caesar in the chat saying, the boys, Danny, Weezy, and Brady, let's go. How are we feeling about Kung Ho Kong by KO plus 1100? Hey, we'll talk about that fight very, very soon. And, yep, the catch weight was on the Castaneda side. All right. We'll move on to the next fight. We got Joshua Van going against Kevin Borjas. And I'll start us off. I'm going to get a little bit crazy here. Need to catch up to Lou somehow. I'm going to take the Joshua Van by submission. I thought it would be a much better price here, but, plus 510. The reason being is Joshua Van, he hasn't been grappling for that long, but I went back and watched a couple of his fights. He's a very opportunistic submission artist. I mean, this guy has a couple submissions outside the UFC. He has club and subs, and Borjas' only loss has been by submission. So I can see like a potential club and sub situation, or maybe Joshua Van does choose to implement the grappling. I think that'd be very wise against the guy, and Borjas is a very good striker, very high volume and lots of power. So I think a club sub could be there, and I think the grappling could potentially be there. Sneaky play for Josh Van. I feel like it's really sneaky, but we're only getting plus 510, which makes me think that there's a decent shot it could potentially hit. So give me Joshua Van by sub, plus 510. And I'm going to get this ad off of there. There we go. There we go. All right. Danny, what do you like for this fight here?
Man, I like the dog in this one. I tried to fade him in the Contender Series with Diaz, but because, like you said, one of his weaknesses is about the submission game and grappling. But that's the only guy, if I'm not mistaken, that's the only Peruvian fighter I have faded in Contender Series. I've been making a ton of money with the Peruvian fighters in Contender Series. This guy showed me a lot in that fight. So much grit. I knew he had good striking and good power. His power is legit for the weight class. He's just got that dog in him. And this fight for me is a pick 'em, man. I'm getting plus 200. I bet him money line, but for the contest, I gotta get more aggressive to catch up to the #1 spot. I think there's a chance that he takes him out later on, round 2, round 3. I'm looking at Borjas. Round 2, round 3, KO plus 1100.
What?
This should be a great fight. I think it's going to be a scrap. If Vaughn does get takedowns, I think he gets back up. Borjas gets back up and just, starts banging away again. I love this fight. So, yeah, I'm taking a shot on round 2, round 3.
Plus 1100. I mean, this guy has like 8 knockout Borjas. So that line kind of surprises me there. Weezy, what do you like for this fight here?
For this one, I'm going conservative here. I'm going the over 1.5 rounds. Looks like minus 200 on Betway. Van and Borjas are both durable dudes, and I do see this being a striking war, but they're flyweights. You don't see a ton of knockouts at flyweight, and like I say, Borjas can definitely take a punch. And I think both of these guys are more volume punchers than one punch knockout artists. So I'm going to go with that over 1.5.
All right, Weezy taking the over 1.5 minus 200. I'm taking the Van sub plus 510, and Danny's taking the Borjas round 2, round 3 KO. Looks like we are absolutely all over the place for this one, but hopefully one of us gets it right. D-Man saying he lost the house on Bonfim. Yeah, somebody last week said they're betting like a couple houses on Bonfim. I'm not sure if that was you, D-Man, but yeah, I do remember somebody in the chat saying they bet like 3 houses to win 1 on Bonfim. So yeah, hopefully that wasn't you though, D-Man. And yeah, try to get it back today. What, Marcus? What's wrong with you? He says my wife gets to go out with her boyfriend. I get to watch UFC.
Hell yeah, Mark. Let's go.
I kind of feel like he's being serious too. He always he's like this in my comments. So I think he's being kind of serious there. Shout out to Mark. Let's see here. Oh, we got Johnny in the chat. Me, Johnny, Weezy. Blood Money will be on the pre-show in about 49 minutes. Can't wait for that. What is up, Johnny? And all right. So shout out to Mark once again. All right. We'll move on to the next fight. We have to scroll all the way down because Best Fight Odds is not really good at doing their job. And we will go to John Castaneda going against Kung Ho Kong, a line that is closing up throughout the week. We now have John Castaneda minus 130, Kung Ho Kong plus 110. Kong being one of the more popular dogs of the week. We'll start with our Uncle Weezy. What are you liking for this fight here?
Yeah, my pick is Castaneda to win by decision, but like the catch weight, hearing about the bronchitis on fight week, I think this is a very close fight regardless. So I like the plus money on the Kong side if I were to bet this. I didn't have any bets on this fight. Also like the under for significant strikes on Castaneda's total. But yeah, I'm gonna just go with that money line for Kyung Ho Kong plus 120.
Right, the Kong money line at plus 120. Yeah, so I picked Kong before the week kind of started, and the narrative things started popping up throughout the week, and the narrative things are apparently Castaneda's been like really sick. He had like bronchitis or whatever, and his team actually request for this fight to be at a catch weight. And if this fight wasn't at a catch weight, I mean, he would have missed weight. It looked like he really struggled to get down to the 138. Castaneda is a guy that has missed weight before. And Castaneda is a guy that's been finished before. He's been finished in 2 of his 3 losses. He's been knocked out by Daniel Santos. He was kind of broken in that fight. And if Castaneda is coming in here compromised or sick or, still feeling those effects, I mean, it wouldn't shock me if Kung Ho Kong went out there and got a finish. And I think this fight probably does go to decision more often than not, but these Kong finish props are just ridiculous. Like Kong by KOs plus 1100, the submission's wild as well. And like I said, the whole narrative thing kind of sways me more towards the Kung Ho Kong side even more. So I like Kong here, but I'm going to take him inside the distance, plus 400, a big juicy number against a guy in Castaneda who has been finished, who's coming in here off an illness. I think that could be worth a play there. And then one more thing I wanted to mention, I went through Kung Ho Kong's career. I mean, Kung Ho Kong has a decent amount of finishes, a lot more than I remembered. I think he has 4 finishes in the UFC out of his like 8 wins. All of those coming by submission, but he also has a lot of knockdowns. I think he has like 4 or 5 knockdowns as well. So Kung Ho Kong is very, very dangerous, and I don't mind a big plus money number on his inside the distance. Danny, what do you like for this fight here?
Man, like you were saying, this fight, I've been back and forth. At first, I was actually gonna bet Castaneda. I just didn't like the line. And, a lot of people were on the other side on Kong. And I thought it was a public dog. And then once I heard about the whole bronchitis thing, I know personally how that can really affect you, especially your lungs and things like that. I have to switch my pick. I go with Kong, and I do think there's a chance he does get a finish. I just don't know exactly how. I do like these props though. I feel like it's a trap in a way, and everybody's on this dog. Like everybody. That scares me. Like I kind of want to just fade it, honestly. But for the contest, I have no official bet for this one. But for the contest, I gotta go big, man. I'll go Kong round 2, round 3, plus 2,200, bro. That's insane. I gotta sprinkle that a little bit.
Just for him to round 2, round 3 in general, or does that have to be
no KO?
Okay. So round 2, round 3 KO, and you said plus 2,300.
2,200.
All right, yeah, you are going very big there to win 22 units. Kung Ho Kong all the way. Yeah, a lot of people on the Kong side there. Kong by decision or sub. I dig it. Let's see here. I'll sprinkle for Kong. F it. MSG card got to show out 100%, 100%. And all right. We'll move on then to the next fight. We have Jared Gordon going against Mark Madson. I'll kick it off to you, Danny. What are you liking for this fight here?
So in Ohio, like, you're not allowed to, smoke or whatever. And I'm not a smoker personally anyways, but if I was, one of the rules I know about this is puff, puff, pass. I'm passing on this one, but it's like Madson. I like Gordon to win probably by decision, but the money line I hate. Madson is trash and old, in my opinion. His gas tank sucks. And Gordon is not the best either, so a clear pass.
All right, Danny using up another pass there. Weezy, what are you liking for this fight here?
I like Gordon by decision here. I think that's probably the most likely result. I just don't see Gordon really finishing anybody at this level. And I consider Mark Madson to be a pretty durable dude. He fought with a broken jaw for about 7 minutes in the Austin Hubbard fight. And he's from where, Brady? Denmark. Okay? I don't need to say any more than that. If you're out there thinking Jared Gordon is finishing anyone, much less a dude from Denmark, stop it. It's Gordon by decision. That's how he wins this. Gordon is undefeated in decisions in his career. If you just admit the fact that he had his last loss was a complete thievery, robbery. Screw you, Ron McCarthy, you bum. McCarthy and Derek Clearly scored round 1 for Paddy Pimblett.
Yeah.
Against Jared Gordon. Now, give me 10 minutes to talk about this, Brady. I'm kidding. All right. Yeah. Just Gordon by decision. He's the much better minute winner here. And I don't know if Madson's going to be able to take this guy down and hold him down.
What was the decision? Plus 110?
I saw plus 125 earlier on one of these books.
I see it.
Yep. Okay.
All right. Yeah, I mean, Gordon by decision is my pick. But I'm going to be a little bit greedy. I have a strange feeling about this fight. I feel like it's going to play out a lot closer than people think. Like, there could be some weird things happening here. Like, Jared Gordon's minus 200. Like, at the end of the day, Mark Madson could go out there and potentially win the first round with his wrestling. I think Jared Gordon wins the third round at a very high clip. I think it might all come down to the second round potentially. And like I said, I do edge Jared Gordon. But like I said, I think it's going to be a close fight. These judges suck. They're terrible. They're blind. They're drunk. And I think we can get some potential weird scorecards. I also think that a 10-8 round could be in play. Maybe Madson goes out there and 10-8 Jared Gordon early. I think that could be on the table when Madson's fresh, loses the second 2 rounds. Or I think Jared Gordon could potentially 10-8 a very tired Mark Madson. I think that's in play. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to give a draw plus 6,600. I think the draw could potentially be live, whether that be, like I said, a 10-8 round for either guy, Madson in the first, Gordon in the third, potential point deduction. I'm not sure if this is a Lou Betya Zambag special, but if it is, I like it even more. But yeah, could see potential point deduction. And at the end of the day, I think it's going to be a close fight. So I'm taking the draw plus 6,600. And if this hits, I take first by a mile, and the competition is mine. So shooting for the moon here, I think the draw's pretty live. A lot more live than that plus 6,600 does indicate there. All right. I just hope the judges score correctly. Yeah, I mean, they tend to not do that. Gordon gives up. Can't trust with my money. I don't know if he gives up, but he has been finished a million times. Oh, Mark, I'm not going to bring that comment up.
What's going on with Mark's family? That's what I want to know, man.
I mean, believe it or not,
house.
Mark, believe it or not, I don't smoke, bro.
There's no way I can bring up that comment. Can I? No. Wow. Gordon decision. I don't like I think Gordon by decision is absolutely the most likely outcome, but it's not crazy. Plus 125 is not bad, though. If you do like Gordon a lot, I think that's the way to go. And Gordon's last couple fights were really weird. I can see that continuing here at the draw. I'm feeling a draw today. I don't know why. I'm feeling like on one of these fights, we're going to get a draw. I just have a weird feeling. We'll see. We'll see if that weird feeling is correct. All right, we'll move on to the next fight. We have an absolute banger here. We got Nazim Sadikov going against Slava Borshev. I'll kick this one off. I'm going to go with, and I can't believe this. So a lot of money's pouring in on Sadikov as of late, which is fine. But these knockout props for Borjas have gotten better and better the last couple days. Borjas by KO, I think I got it at plus 260, and it's now plus 275, plus 280. I mean, I think that's his path to victory. I mean, we've seen Sadikov go out there and get hurt by guys like Evan Elder, and Borshev's a guy you just don't want to strike with. I think if Sadikov does not go out there and wrestle, which I've never seen him wrestle before, and he goes out there and stands and bangs, I think Borshev's very live to catch him here. So I'm taking Slava Borjas by knockout plus 280. Obviously, Sadikov has a path. If he uses it, good for him. He probably rolls, but I just haven't seen it personally. Weezy, what is your best bet for this fight?
Yeah, I'm on the Borshchev side here for sure. I like the money line. It keeps getting better, so I'll just take the money line and play it safe at plus 130 or 135 or wherever it is right now, because as live as I believe that he is to knock him out, I think he could also win a decision here because he's going to be the better striker, and there's just not a lot of evidence to suggest that Sadikov can go out there and turn into a wrestler, because he doesn't have a wrestling background, you guys. His background is in judo and striking, So asking him to go out there and do a different type of game plan, make an adjustment this early in his career against a very good striker, I think it's a lot to ask, and I don't understand why he's the favorite here. So yeah, I like that Borshchev money line at plus money.
Yeah, I think he's the favorite because a lot of people do expect him to go out there and wrestle. And hey, I mean, the path's there. Anybody could take down Borshchev. Yeah. I mean, you can go out there and probably take down Borjas. His takedown defense is the worst I've ever seen. So, yeah, we'll see if he wrestles or not. That's, I guess, the big question for this fight. Danny, what do you like for this fight here?
Yeah, I'm on the same side with you guys. I didn't bet it personally, but I'm going again. Round 2, round 3 KO for Borshchev. Clearly the better just overall striker. And I faded Sadikov in his ass fight with Elder, man. Nice price on the dog money. And he even admitted that was a headbutt. That's how he got that cut on Elder.
I was seeing that. Remember when we were watching?
Yes.
I had money on Elder. I was like, guys, I think it's a headbutt.
Bro, he even said it afterwards. Yeah, I was so mad, bro. I'm like, I had that. And if I'm not mistaken, I think that was my best bet for that show too. I'm like, oh man, I think that was like plus 4 units or something like that. But yeah, I like Borshchev on this one. I think even if he gets taken down, like Sadikov's gas tank is not great, so even if he wrestles, I think he gasses quicker. And once he's on the feet, Borshchev is better all around, man. So I think he could get the knockout late. So plus 550 KO.
All right, plus 550. I like that. I'm seeing it the exact same way as you there. All right, let's see here. Borshchev sends him to the Shadow Realm. And we got Ver says he's on Sadikov. Dude, better wrestle. Yeah, if you're betting Sadikov, I mean, you're wanting him to go out there and wrestle. And if he does, he probably makes it look easy. I haven't seen it personally. It's my problem. Sadikov is the side. He could look like the side. We'll see. And we got Caesar saying Sadikov is going to get Borshchev arm around his back for the finish.
He could.
And we got Dirty saying Sadie seems to be more well-rounded. That is true, but he needs to use it is the thing. We'll see if he does or not. We'll see if he wants to go out there and entertain the crowd or go out there and pull off a Mark Diakase and make the fight really boring, which nobody wants that. All right. We'll move on to the next fight then. We got Mateusz Rebek going against Roosevelt Roberts. Biggest favorite on the card here, Rebek sitting at minus 750. The odds actually got wider. He was sitting at 600. I thought that was, fair enough, but I think Roberts isn't this bad. So minus 750 here for Mateusz Rebek. Weezy, what are your thoughts on this one?
I'm proud to say that I'm passing on this one, and I have no bets on this fight. It kind of like got made after I was already done researching the fights for the week. And frankly, when you're done with your content already, Brady, they can make a new fight, but they can't make me research it. And they can't make me give a shit at the end of the day. Nobody, and let me be clear about that. To everybody watching, you can't make me give a shit if I don't want to, all right? So Let's just be clear about that shit. I don't care. I'm not betting it. I'm passing it. Good luck.
All right, Uncle Weezy passing on the Rebek fight. Let's see. For me, I'm only giving one line that is at minus money, and this is going to be the line just because I think this line is way off. It's Mateusz Rebek to win inside the distance, minus 160. I mean, come on, his money line's minus 750, and Roberts is coming in here on short notice. And after the weigh-ins, I like it even more than I already did initially. So Rebek's against the distance, minus 160, nothing crazy, but I think he goes out there and finishes. I don't know if it's whether it's a sub or a knockout, really whatever he wants. And I don't know when it's going to happen, again, whenever he wants here. So give me Rebek's against the distance. I think it's a good way to get the money line down. And Danny, what do you like for this fight here?
Yeah, I like the Rebek money line, obviously. No, I feel like you guys, man. This no personal bet on this one, but like, I think he's got to get it done, man. He's got a clear path. Like, I mean, he could knock Roberts down, maybe get a sub later on, but if he could just take him down easily. And Roberts had a horrible weight cut. He looked trash on the weigh-ins. So I think the sub prop is live, just because there's a big gap there. Like, if Roberts has any success in this fight, it's gonna be in the striking. So I'm going round 1, round 2 sub for Rebek plus 410.
Round 1, round 2 sub plus 410 for Danny. Weezy taking his pass. Weezy, you have 2 passes left. I'm taking Rebek's against the distance. I have 2 passes left, and then Danny, you have 1 pass left. We got Josh saying dog or pass, and I'm not betting Roberts. Yeah, I can't bet Roberts either. We got Uncle Keith saying 250 watching, only 30 likes. Hit the like button. Yeah, if we can get 100 likes by the time we get out of here, that will be a win in my book. That's for sure. So hit the like if you guys have not already. Roberts took this fight like 4 days ago. Yeah, it wasn't too long ago. I think it was either Monday night or like Tuesday morning. It was not too long ago there. We got Blomdog saying fight day. Roberts towers over this guy. I'm rooting for him, but can't get to a bet. Yeah, he's definitely much, much bigger. That is for sure. And you show some respect. I mean, Uncle Weezy does not drink Bud Lights.
Thank you, Brady. Thank you.
Yeah.
You said it, so I didn't have to. I appreciate you. I do not drink Bud Light.
If you know, you know. He drinks Palomas, if you know what that
Palomas,
is.
baby. That's right. And I'm not drunk yet. Give me
an IPA, some 9% IPA.
2:27 Central Time. Give your Uncle Weezy just a little bit of credit here. I am not wasted yet.
Yeah, and you'll never catch Uncle Weezy with a Bud Light in his hand. That's for sure.
That's right.
All right. Let's see. All right. I think we can move on now to the people's main event. We got the simp fight of the week. Lupe Godinez going against Tabitha Ricci. It's time to simp. It's time to plant your flag. It's time to get your what do we drink during these fights, Weezy?
Oh, it's the Appletini fight of the week, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, we're gonna have a nice fat, martini glass with a fluorescent green liquid inside. Maybe a little bit of fruit on the rim. Fruit?
Yes.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of a sugar mixture on that rim as well. We're just gonna sit back, put an umbrella in that drink. Yeah, get on the love seat and just enjoy some fights.
It's time to simp. I mean, I see it all over. There's a lot of simping going on. There is a lot of simping going on in this fight. I'll kick this one off, I suppose. Let me check my notes. I don't believe I have a bet on this fight. Yeah, I'm passing on this fight. In terms of who I think does win, I'm leaning Lupe, but at this price tag, oh God, minus 205 for Lupe now. What? Yeah, I know. At this price tag, laying minus 205 on Lupe, I mean, I think she wins, but a lot could go wrong. Like, I think her path to victory is probably a decision. Then you got to trust the crooked, corrupt, blind judges to get it right. And then you got to trust Lupe's fight IQ, which has not looked great in more fights than not. So, gosh, minus 205 is a bit much for my liking. I'm passing on this fight on the show and in my actual bets. I don't have a bet on this fight. Going to sit back and watch this one with my Appletini in hand. Danny, what are you liking for this fight here?
Man, personally, I have no bet on this one, but if that line keeps going up, I gotta bet Ricci, man. I've been back and forth on this one, man. And if I had to be a simp, of course, I'm going with Baby Shark. She's been making me money, and I've hit the DMs a couple of times. She's cool. Yeah. She's cool people. She's hit me back up, but yeah, this fight is crazy. I might actually bet it money line, but one angle I do like, I think it's gonna be a close competitive fight. I don't know what the split decision is, Brady. I don't know if you could look that up for me. I do like Ricci.
250.
250 for. How about Ricci?
Oh, I'll look it up.
Because yeah.
I was gonna say you can keep talking.
Yeah, I think this is gonna be a close ass fight. And we all know, like, if you have money ever on Godinez, Lupe, you know her IQ is questionable. Like, I know personally, I've been screaming at the screen, like, what are you doing? Like, take her down. And she's like not trying to grapple with Cynthia Calvillo when she's the stronger one and just jabbing away. And it was a competitive striking match pretty much, and she was bloodied up. And I'm like, dude, you gotta switch it up and things like that. But I think, yeah, this is a close fight. If anything, I'm going dog or pass or a split decision for Ricci. I do like that too, Mark. Ricci a plus 3.5 too. Also, that's a good play.
It's plus 800 for Ricci split.
Oh, bet. That's for my contest for sure. For this contest,
I actually like that. I'm not gonna be mean and steal it from you, but
no, that's fine. That's fine.
No, I already passed on it. It's fine. But I do like that. 800 is no joke. For a potential close fight with crooked judges. Weezy, what is your best bet for this fight?
Yeah, I feel like stealing that now because I'm on Ricci by decision here. And you know, and I do this a lot, Brady, where I'll take a fight that's a women's fight that's favored to go to decision 8 out of 10 times, and then I'll put the decision line side by side. And if you're giving me like minus 105 on one of them and plus 215 on the other, I don't even need to see whose name is attached. It's a women's fight. And if I'm getting the girl that I think is more marketable in Ricci, I'm fine with that. Plus 220, I got it earlier in the week. It's probably like plus 250 now with all this money coming in on Lupe. But let me tell you something too, man. Lupe, when have you ever seen Lupe put a stamp on a fight that was mostly striking? When does Lupe look dominant? When she wrestles. She's not wrestling Tabitha Ricci. I don't think that's her path to victory here. I think it's standing. And Ricci moves like a flea. She's really hard to find. And I think Ricci might even get a takedown or two and win some minutes on top here. So, yeah, I like Ricci by decision this week. I've got a bet on it.
All right. Uncle Weezy taking Ricci by decision. Danny taking the split decision. I'm gonna pass on this fight, but I do think that Lupe line's getting a little bit out of whack. I mean, minus 205. I don't know who's trusting Lupe at that number. I mean, that's kind of terrifying. But to each their own. We'll see who gets it done. Ricci sub 2. Honestly, a finish in this match, but kind of shocked me, to be honest. We got Kobe with the Dono 199 saying, I'm down $1,000. It's not good, Kobe. Hopefully you can win some money tonight. But appreciate the Dono. Lupita lost to Jessica Penne by split, and Ricci sub Penne. Well, Lupe won that fight, but of course the judges got it wrong. Cole says, dope panel. Best of luck on everyone. Appreciate you, Cole. And then Mark bring up that plus 3.5 play if he keeps going down. What is the price on that plus 3.5? Do you guys know?
Let me look.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Could be a good play. I mean, I think Ricci can win at least one round.
Yeah, I think that's a
minus one. Or no, I'm sorry, that's wrong. Minus 170 for Ricci on DraftKings. That makes sense, right?
Yeah,
that lets you know right there.
It should be juicy.
They think it's going to be a close fight.
Yeah, exactly. And they already think it's going to decision because the over 2.5 rounds is minus 445. Yeah. So, you know, when you got a situation like that, you know, one of these two fighters is going to win a decision. You might as well have the one with the bigger plus money number next to their name.
Yeah. Sleeping on Lupe. I don't think anybody's sleeping on Lupe. It's more of like a price thing. Like Lupe's great. It's just is she minus 205 great? I don't really see it personally.
I mean, everybody's on Lupe. Nobody's sleeping on her.
I don't know. I'm not touching the fight, but I'm gonna enjoy watching it for sure. All right. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna talk about the featured prelim here. We got Steven Erceg going against Alessandro Costa. We'll kick it to our Uncle Weezy. Weezy, let's see. You have one pass left. Do you have a bet on this fight, or are you passing on it?
Oh, you liar. I have 2 passes left. You lie.
You passed on the Emers fight and you passed on the Lupe fight.
No, I didn't pass on Emers. I got Bazookia finish only. You liar.
I'm reading mine.
Why are you lying, dude? You can't lie on your own show. I was reading
mine for some reason. I'm not
liar. Shame on Brady. Shame.
It's my bad. I was reading my section for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe maybe too many Bud Lights. I don't know.
Yeah. For this one, Brady, I'm going with that Erceg Costa fight doesn't go to decision at minus 105. I mean, like, Erceg hits pretty hard. He can take your back. And same thing with Costa. Costa's got a good submission game, good top game, a lot of power in his hands. I think that this is a fight that probably finishes inside the distance. Both of these guys are very dangerous. And Steve Erceg, this dude's got a chin, but he gets hit way too much, man. He's getting hit against Shannon Ross and against Australian regional scene competition. This dude Costa lands an overhand right on him. He's gonna be out. He's gonna be in trouble. So yeah, I think I'll go with the violence here. I think it's a decent angle.
All right, Danny, what do you like for this fight here?
I'm gonna use my last pass on this one. Talking about live movement, man, this is crazy. I think Erceg opened up like -125 or something like that, and now he's like -200. Which everybody's impressed with him in his last fight. And Costa, coming in here, we still don't know exactly how good Costa is because Jimmy Flick is Jimmy Flick. So it's a pass for me, man. I think Erceg gets it done probably by decision, but I'm passing.
Okay, so you're passing on the Erceg fight. And so that's 1-2. So Danny, you have used up all your 3 passes. Am I lying about that, or did I get it right?
You got it right. You got it right on that one.
Okay. All right, for me, I'm going with the Erceg to win in KO round 2 or 3 at +1,000 on FanDuel Sportsbook. I just think that, Costa, he's been knocked out in 2 losses. I don't think he has the best durability. Amir Albazi is a great fighter, but Amir Albazi's not knocking out anybody. He faced Malcolm Gordon and he subbed Malcolm Gordon. People knock out Malcolm Gordon and not sub him, right? So Erceg, he has power. He really does. I was really impressed with his fight against David Dvorak. He actually hurt David Dvorak multiple times in the second round, was really close to getting him out of there. And as we know, David Dvorak is tough as nails. Remember the beating he took against Manel Cop? So I just feel like Erceg is going to be able to hurt him here. And it could potentially be a club and sub as well. I could probably just take the 2-3 in general, but I like that +1,000 there. Costa's been knocked out 2 times. Amir Albazi dropped him twice and knocked him out. And that Amir Albazi fight was on short notice for Costa. He didn't look that great. And this is another short notice fight for Costa as well. So I think Erceg gets him out of there late. KO or sub, but that KO price is pretty juicy there at +1,000. I'm going to take a shot on that. All right. I'm on Erceg. You got Luque at -160. You beat some line movement there. And Lopez is a lock. Nothing in this sport is a lock. And definitely not Lopez, although I do like him here. But definitely not a lock. All right, so what we're going to do now is do a quick recap of the prelims here. We're going to start with me. I'm passing on the Emers fight, taking Joshua Van Sub +510. Kungo Kong inside the distance +400. I'm taking the Gordon Madson draw +6,600. Slava KO +280. Rebek inside the distance -160. Passing on the Luque fight, and I'm taking Erceg KO 2-3 +1,000. I have 1 pass left. Uncle Weezy is taking Dennis Bazukia finish only +178. The Van Borjas over 1.5 -200. Kungo Kong moneyline +120. Gordon decision +125. Slava moneyline +135. Passing on the Rebek fight. Ricci decision, which is +1 or +220, right? I don't want to be a liar. +220. Oh, yeah,
220. Yeah, that's where I got it on FanDuel.
I don't want to lie. I didn't want to lie to the to the crowd. And then you're taking a Erceg Costa fight doesn't go -105. As far as Danny, you're taking, and let me make yours a little bit bigger, Danny. I have it at 14. Let's make it a little bit bigger. There we go. So you're passing on the Emers fight. You're taking Borjas round 2, round 3 KO +1,100. Kungo Kong round 2, round 3 KO +2,200. Passing on the Gordon fight. Slava round 2, round 3 KO +550. Rebek round 1, round 2 sub +410. And then Ricci split +800. Then passing on the Erceg fight. Danny, you have 1 pass left. Weezy, you have 2 passes left. And then I have
lying again.
I didn't lie. Did I lie that time?
I don't have any passes left.
Oh, I'm such a liar today. Oh my gosh. I am such a liar.
Shame.
I just continuously lie today. Gosh. So Danny's out of passes. My goodness. All right. I can't read, one of the two. All right. Let's see. How can you pass time until fight? There's a lot of different ways you can pass time. Get creative. Those odds are sounding great. +1,000. Yeah, +1,000. It's worth a shot there. All right. We'll move on to the main card opener. Absolute banger of fight. We got Diego Lopez going against Pat Sabatini. We'll kick it to Uncle Weezy. What is your best bet for this fight here?
I'm going with Pat Sabatini by decision for this one. Yeah, I like his wrestling. I don't like Lopez's takedown defense, and I think he's going to back him up to the cage, get the takedown and kind of like hold him there and stay safe from the submissions. Pat is a very, very talented and experienced grappler. We have seen him submitted before. It's not an easy path to victory by any stretch of the imagination to stay safe from Diego Lopez's submission game for a long period of time. But I think Sabatini's got the ability to do it. So I think his win condition is to win by decision here. So if I can get, a small favorite at plus 285, 26% implied probability, I'll take that shot. Pat Sabatini to win by decision. Plus 285 on Bet Rivers.
I see plus 295.
Yay. On Bet Rivers, did it move?
Yeah, it moved up a little bit.
Damn it. I paid plus 285 earlier this week. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I got reverse CLV'd. Yeah, I got reverse CLV'd a lot this week, which is...
weird week. Yeah, let's hope that's a good sign this week.
Yeah. So, for me, I mean, I think Pat Sabatini by decision is a very likely outcome. I know a lot of people are on Lopez, but, everybody would be lying if they said that Sabatini can't go out here and control Lopez for 50 minutes. I think that's a very live outcome. For me, though, I'm a big believer in Lopez. I think this guy is leveling up. I really do think that. He's looking better than ever as of late. His striking is looking a lot better. I think he's a completely different fighter than we saw in the Brito fight. He's only 28 years old. He's training at a great gym. I think this guy's leveling up. And the thing I like about Diego Lopez is he's going to be dangerous anywhere the fight goes. On the feet, he's going to be very dangerous. On the ground, he's going to be very dangerous. And he's going to fight for your money for all 15 minutes. So like I said, Sabatini can go out there and win a decision, make this look easy. But I don't know if it's going to look easy because Pat Sabatini is going to have to either A, not get knocked out, or B, fend off like dozens of submissions as well. So I'm on the Lopez side here. I'm actually going to play Lopez by knockout plus 460. I think the knockout's live. I don't think Sabatini has the best chin. Emers dropped him in 30 seconds. Jamal Emers finishes nobody. I mean, that makes no sense. And then what it makes even less sense is Damon Jackson, of all people, the leech, knocked him out in the first round, which Damon Jackson knocks nobody out in the first round ever. I mean, that had to be like one of Damon Jackson's first round knockouts ever. So I think on the feet, Diego Lopez can crack. And at any point this is on the feet, it could be on the feet for 2 minutes, 3 minutes of this fight. I think that could be enough for Diego Lopez to catch him here. So I think Pat Sabatini is going to have to fight a perfect game plan for 15 minutes. And I think it's going to be easier said than done. So give me Lopez by knockout plus 460. And I also think the Lopez finish only is a great look. If I wasn't trying to get crazy and catch up to Lou here, I would take the finish only. It's minus 150 on DraftKings. I think that line's off. Danny, what is your best bet for this fight?
Man, I personally passed on this one. But I can't add too much. I can't add anything actually because Weezy said it all. I think Sabatini, pretty much stays safe, gets takedowns, control time, things like that. It's gonna be a good scrap because Lopez, man, does not stop. He hunts for submissions off his back, which is a bad thing too, in my opinion, because I don't think he's gonna sub Sabatini. For me, his outcome, it would be a knockout, like you said. He's the better striker, and Sabatini's chin is kind of questionable. But for the contest, I gotta take Sabatini by decision. Yep.
Yeah, I think that's a good line. I'm on the Lopez side. I like Lopez a decent amount, but Sabatini by decision, that line makes no sense. I know a lot of people think that Sabatini is going to finish Lopez. I really couldn't disagree more. But yeah, I think Sabatini's path to victory is to wrestle, and I think he could go out there and get 13 minutes of control time and make it look pretty easy as well. So yeah, we'll see. I think there's two outcomes in this fight: Sabatini by decision or Diego Lopez by haircut. Finish. Let's see here. Lopez plus 100. Yeah, a lot of people on that Lopez side. Yeah, you guys must not know about Lopez. Going to Sabatini, you must not know about him. I don't know. Sabatini wins by warm blanket. I think that's on the table there. Lopez is the play. Sabatini's going to win by sub now. That would be very surprising. And yeah, I think that's where Lopez gained a lot of hype in that Evloev fight. I don't know what this even means. Brady looks like he sings for Foster the People.
It's the name of a band.
I know it's a band. I'm trying to think of what's their main song.
I don't know, man. I know I've heard it a few times and it's forgettable, but
not good.
Yeah, I don't know what the dude looks like either, so I can't confirm nor deny that message.
Okay, fair enough. Pumped up kicks.
Okay, that's yeah.
Yeah, Yeah, that song got overplayed. That's for sure. That's for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Over 1.5 isn't bad. Over 1.5, yeah, it's not bad. Minus 186, not terrible. All right. And Sean's not a big fan of Foster the People.
Fair enough.
All right.
Neither am I.
All right, let's move on to the next fight. We got the actual people's main event. We have Benoit Saint-Denis going against Matt Frevola. We'll start with you, Uncle Weezy. What are you liking for this fight here?
You know, I was going to pass on this one because I could see this thing just going so many different ways. But the one thing that I'm just not going to pass on is Matt Frevola's money line at plus 195. You know, I think stylistically that this is a very close fight, actually. You know, I mean, I think both of these guys are really, really good and really well-rounded, experienced guys. But let's face it, Frevola's faced the better level of competition. He's more experienced. You know, there's some things on the Frevola side that you got to like. And he's got a genuine wrestling background, and he's a very good grappler. But 3 first-round knockouts in a row is very impressive, especially when the third one on your list is Drew Dober. And Benoit Saint-Denis, a dude who's going to swing and bang. You know, he's not necessarily going to go out there and try to grapple him. And even if he does, if you go back and you watch that Arman Sarukian fight, you know that Matt Frevola is not going to be out of his depth in the grappling game here at all. So plus 195, Matt Frevola money line, New York stand up. I think he's going to show out for the hometown crowd here.
All right, Matt Frevola money line for Weezy. Danny, what are you liking here?
Man, me and Weezy are on the same page. I mean, I love this. Like, another nugget. I can't add a lot to Weezy, but one thing that, you know, if you know me, I love my boxing. So I was digging into this fight, and Frevola is 4-0 against southpaws. And Saint-Denis is a southpaw.
Yeah.
So I love that. And I don't understand why he's almost a plus 200 dog in this fight. I know Saint-Denis was a huge underdog in his last fight against Ismail Bonfim. That's a fraud. Like, Bonfim didn't even fight anybody before that fight. And now you're telling me he's a minus 230 against Steamroller? The guy who beat Jalen Turner? Like, are you serious right now? And it knocked out Drew Dober, the iconic chin? I gotta go steamroll on this one. I might play it safe with this money line like Weezy, because it's almost 2 units right there. So I'll just take money line. I just don't understand this line. I personally bet it too. So
was doing something. You said money line then?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so money line plus 195. Yeah, I like the Frevola first round knockout prop plus 900. I mean, I don't know if it hits, but I know for a fact he's going to do everything in his power to try to make that plus 900 hit. I mean, 3 knockouts in a row, all in the first round, including a knockout against Drew Dober. Benoit Saint-Denis, very hittable, leaves his chin up in the air. He got finished by Eliza Zaleski dos Santos. I know it says decision, but I mean, come on. The ref should have stopped the fight on several occasions. And that ref should be in jail. Maybe he is, but
I think he is, bro.
Yeah, I think he is in jail. We haven't seen him. So yeah, that's good. He's in jail. All good there. But yeah, I mean, Benoit Saint-Denis gets hurt. He got hurt in the Zaleski fight, got hurt in the Miranda fight, got hurt in even the Moises fight, got rocked a little bit. And if you're hittable against a guy like Frevola, I think Frevola is going to have opportunities. I do think somebody's getting served here, though. I think this is going to be an absolute banger for as long as it lasts. Give me Frevola KO1. Yep.
Brady, real quick.
Yeah.
I know we don't like doing this, and you guys said it, like, you don't like stealing picks.
Yeah, what's up?
But I'm stealing that one. I'm changing mine. Round 1 for Frevola knockout, baby. Let's go.
I bet it too.
Let's
actually,
go.
I'm on it. Brady's on it. I mean, like, I could see it happening. He could do it again in front of that hometown crowd, and they will go absolutely bananas.
Oh,
if
dude.
Frevola sleeps this dude in the first round, it's going to be an absolute Donnybrook over there in New York. I can't wait, man. It's going to be awesome.
It's gonna be a ding dong. I can't wait for it. All right, we'll move on to the next fight. We got Mackenzie Dern going against Jessica Andrade. I will kick this one off here. I'm just gonna go with Mackenzie Dern to win by sub plus 170. Nothing crazy here. Actually, it's moved. Let's see, plus 150. Mackenzie Dern by sub plus 150. I think that's her most likely path here. I mean, Jessica Andrade, she looks checked out at this point. She looks like she doesn't want to be there at this point. 3 losses in a row, all 3 inside the distance. 10 losses in the UFC, 8 inside the distance. When she's losing, she's getting her ass shaved. And Mackenzie Dern, I think, she's improving. I've been a Mackenzie Dern hater in the past, but I think she's leveled up. Her striking looks 20 times better than it did when she first got in the UFC. Her wrestling, it's still not great, but it looks 20 times better than it did in the UFC. She actually took her takedown accuracy from a 7% and bumped it up to a 15%, which you got to love. 5 takedowns the last 2 fights. Shout out to Mackenzie Dern putting in some work. So, yeah, I think Dern's getting better. Andrade is getting worse. Andrade also is going through a divorce, apparently. And, something just looks off with Andrade. So maybe she comes back. This is the fight where she gets it together, but I got to see it first. So I'm taking Dern to go out there and destroy Jessica Andrade, preferably by sub, plus 150. Danny, what are you liking here?
Oh, man, I haven't got a lot of shit for this one, but say what you will. The last 8 fights for Andrade, I've been 8-0. I might be jinxing it with that. I just got to go with my read. I faded her the last 3 fights, cashed easily. I think this is a buy low spot, in my opinion. Like, she's in her, original weight class, has big power. And Dern, man, she's... One thing about Style Makes Fights, Dern's been... I hate the way she goes forward. Just straight line, chucking those shots. Her striking is getting better, but her defense is not. She gets clipped. And she hasn't fought anybody like that. Besides John. And she has a problem with stronger, women. And if you want to say, Andrade is a woman, it is what it is. But she's strong as hell. She's strong as hell. I think she's gonna have trouble here, man. And I took money line, actual bet. But for the contest, I'm going crazy. Most of her knockouts in the first 2 rounds, I'm going round 1 and 2. I think it's plus 600. I think she knocks her out. Yeah, hot take. Right. If you want to call it that.
It is a hot take. It is a hot take. Oh, so yeah, Danny on the KO 1-2. I don't know. That'd be bittersweet for me because I'm a big Andrade fan, but I also really like Dern this week. So yeah, we'll see. Weezy, what do you like for this fight here?
I like passing on this fight. I am just staying away from this one. Too much narrative shit going on for this fight, so I'll just stay away from it and watch it.
All right. So Danny has used up all his passes. I have 1 pass left, and Weezy, you have 1 pass left. Okay.
That's right. 1.
There we go. Heck yeah. All right. We'll get to the co-main event before we do so. If you guys have not, smash the like button. I'm not sure if we're at 100 likes yet, but let's try to get 100 likes. That'd be pretty awesome. All right. So we'll go to the heavyweight co-main event. Tom Aspinall, Sergey Pavlovich, straight pick 'em. And I'll be honest, I think minus 110 makes a ton of sense. There's a lot of strong takes one way or another. I'm not really sure how anybody can have a strong take on this fight because at the end of the day, somebody's head's getting taken off, or I guess Pavlovich could potentially get subbed. And that's actually what I'm going with here. I think Tom is very live to get the submission if he gets the fight down to the mat, which is an if. He could get his head completely taken off by the scary Pavlovich guy. But if Aspinall gets his fight down to the mat, I think the sub's super live. He's a BJJ black belt. The one time we did see Pav off his back, he looked like a fish out of water. Give me Aspinall sub in round 1, 2, or 3. Plus 430. I think the sub's super live this week. Danny, what do you like for this fight?
Dog hunting again, bro. We're on opposite sides on this one. I got Pavlovich. I think another thing, if I'm not mistaken, I did research it, but I don't know if before UFC, I have not seen Aspinall fight against a southpaw. Maybe Weezy could correct me on that, but from what I saw, he hasn't. I know in heavyweight fights, it doesn't matter as much, but with the movement and the way that Aspinall fights, I think it matters a lot, in my opinion, because Pavlovich throws a lot of different angles, like shot uppercuts, hooks. Yeah, he's not a hooker. He's not like a straight, basic hooker. And this guy's pop. He's not gonna stop. Like, his power is insane, and he's got a big reach advantage in this spot too. I gotta go here. I'm going to take a little risk for the contest. I bet him money line. I got 3 units on him, actually. But I'm going to go and say round 2, I think, is at plus 600 by knockout. I don't know if there's a better number out there, Brady.
I will give you a quick check here. Round 2, you say?
Yeah, it's round 2 by KO.
850.
So I'll take that. I think we get kind of a boring ass first round, him working the distance, and trying to avoid the big shots from Pavlovich. And then in round 2, it gets, a little bit more spicy and he gets caught. Because Aspinall, one thing I don't like about him, when he goes backwards, trying to avoid shots, it's still in a straight line and that chin is still right there. And with Pavlovich's reach advantage, I think he gets clipped.
All right. I mean, that's very much on the table. That's for sure. Can't argue too much there. Weezy, what are you liking for this co-main event?
Yeah, my pick is Aspinall to win the fight, but I think he can get a knockout on the ground. I think he can get in a submission. I think the line should be close, but when I see Sergey Pavlovich at first round KO at plus 275, and in my opinion, it's such a massive part of his win condition. When you're built like a refrigerator that's got an Easter Island statue bolted to the top of it, even though we've seen Pavlovich go 5 rounds before and he's won a couple of decisions, we've never seen him do dick after the 5-minute mark of any fight in his career. And it makes sense when you look at the dude. How is he gonna move that body around efficiently for more than 5 minutes, especially with the kind of power that he throws with? So I kind of feel like the meatiest bet, the one with the most meat on the bone here, is give me that Pavlovich first round KO at plus 275. It's 90% of his win condition, in my opinion. And this is a coin flip fight, according to the bookies. So that's what I'll do. I'll take that.
All right. And I'm curious what Pavlovich, the round 1, round 2 KO combo would be. I mean, it kind of combines both years together. I don't mind that. If it's a decent line, but I'm guessing it's a crappy, terrible line, but that's not bad either. Let's see what we got in here. We got Tone in the building. What is up, Tone? Sleeping on ATT. Who's ATT?
American Top Team. That's where Pavlovich is, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I mean, these guys are picking Pavlov. I don't think they're sleeping on him. I didn't know he was training ATT. Interesting. Let's see here. The entire world is on Aspinall. That should be your biggest red flag. Sean's very confident in the Pavlovich side. All right, should be a very, very fun fight there. All right, so main event time. We got Jiri Prochazka going against Alex Pereira, and it looks like both me and Weezy have a pass left. So, Weezy, I guess you have to pass on this fight, but what are your thoughts on it?
That I can't wait to watch it. It's a Jiri Prochazka fight. I can't wait to watch it, but and I do have a big bet on this fight. I do have a big bet on the under 2.5 rounds, but I got it at minus 177. And the market's like, you overpaid for that. Now it's available at minus 155. Now I need to make up a little ground. So me laying juice isn't going to be something I'm going to do a lot here. So I'm just passing, but I do have a bet on the under 2.5 rounds here. I mean, both of these guys hit so hard. And both of these guys have such bad striking defense. Neither of these guys really shoot takedowns either. So somebody's getting served. There's going to be a chin spinner, and somebody's going to wake up like 90 seconds later looking at the lights going, what just happened? Why does my head hurt?
Yep. I'm right there with you. My biggest bet of the night is on violence here. I have the under 2.5, and I have the fight won't start round 5. So as long as, both those hit, I should be fine. I don't have a strong take on it. I think it's a very close fight. I think somebody's getting served. I think somebody's going out. I think both guys have incredible power. I think both guys are defensively irresponsible, especially Jiri. So yeah, I think somebody's getting knocked out. No strong take. I'm probably not going to bet on this fight from a side perspective unless I'm like doing well during the card. Maybe I'll take a poke on maybe like a Pereira knockout prop, something like that. But yeah, I'm just looking violence here, under 2.5, and fight won't start round 5 in a parlay. That's what I got. So looking to hit those, but I'm not entirely sure who gets it done, really. Danny, what are your thoughts on this main event? And you do have one bet left.
Dude, UFC and MMA betting is so hilarious to me because, I remember when people were trying to fade Pereira with Michaelitis, whatever his name is, and I'm like, and now he's supposed to just shave the ass of Jiri. I'm on Jiri on this one, man. I don't give a shit about the shoulder surgery, whatever it was. I mean, this guy's style is so hard to train for. It's ridiculous. You don't know what's going to happen. His spinning attacks, his spinning elbows. He's just literally a wild man. The guy lives, you see his videos. I mean, the same thing with Pereira, but I've been backing Pereira a lot of times. I mean, I had Izzy in the last fight, and he got knocked out cold, bad with Izzy. And a lot of people are talking about how Jiri gets hurt, but I see it differently. I see him fighting after he gets hurt. He avoids getting knocked out and still gets the W. He hasn't been knocked out in years. And he's fighting a Pereira that's just so even though he's a great kickboxer, he's always in a straight line. His head is there, like it's not going anywhere. And Jerry's completely different. Like he's always moving, crazy style. Like you have no idea. I love Jerry in this spot for the contest. I'm taking round 2, round 3 plus 600 by knockout. So I love that spot. I love this fight. This is gonna be a great card.
Jerry round 2, round 3.
Yeah, by KO.
And what was the odds on that?
Plus 600.
All right, guys. There we have it. I'm going to do a quick recap of all the bets, and then we'll give our best bet for the entire card. So last week, Cody Blood Money, his best bet was Mara by second round knockout plus 1,000. Made it his best bet. So he ended up taking first place in the competition with that right there. So we'll see if anybody makes a big move here. Obviously, if you hit your best bet, the profit doubles. So say, for example, my best bet is Joshua Van by sub. If it hits, it's going to be 10.2 units rather than 5.10. That's how we do it here. So I'm passing on the Emers fight, taking Joshua Van by sub plus 510. Kungo Kong inside the distance plus 400. I'm taking a draw in the Madson Gordon fight plus 6,600. Slava KO plus 280. Rebek against the distance minus 160. Passing on the Luque fight. Ursig KO 2-3 plus 1,000. Lopez KO plus 460. Frevola KO 1 plus 900. Dern sub plus 150. Aspen all sub round 1, 2, or 3 plus 430. And then passing on the Pereira fight, my best bet is going to be Ursig to win by knockout in the second or third round plus 1,000, trying to win 20 units there and get right back into it in this competition. Weezy are taking Bazooka finish only plus 178. Borjas Van over 1.5 minus 200. Kungo Kong moneyline plus 120. Gordon decision plus 125. Slava moneyline plus 135. Passing on the Rebek fight, taking Ricci decision plus 220. Ursig Costa fight doesn't go minus 105. Sabatini decision plus 295. Frevola moneyline plus 195. Dern fight pass. Pavlov KO round 1, 275, and then pass on the Pereira fight. Weezy, what is your best bet for the entire card? I think you're muted, though.
Pavlovich KO won at plus 275. I think that's how he wins the fight. And yeah, that'll be a big win if it does hit. So let's go that one.
All right. And Danny, you're passing on the Emers fight. You're taking Borjas round 2, round 3 KO plus 1,100. Kungo Kong round 2, round 3 KO plus 2,200. You're passing on the Gordon fight. Slava round 2, round 3 KO plus 550. Rebek round 1, round 2 sub plus 410. The Ricci wins by split plus 800. Passing on the Ursig fight. Sabatini decision plus 295. Frevola KO 1 plus 900. Andrade round 1, round 2 KO plus 600. Pavlovich round 2 KO plus 850. Jiri round 2, round 3 KO plus 600. Danny, what is your best bet for the entire card?
I'm gonna go with Jiri round 2, round 3 plus 600.
All right, Jiri round 2, round 3 plus 600. All right, I'm gonna pass it around real quick. Weezy, let the people know where they can find you, what you have going on, and then we have to be in a show 3 minutes ago.
Yeah, Uncle Weezy's YouTube channel, Pub Sports Radio, Patreon.com/Uncle Weezy. That's where you can find me.
Well, Danny, what was your best bet? Was it you said
Jiri?
Jiri. Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Just wanted to make sure 100%. I didn't want to be a liar. Danny, where can they find you?
It's too late for that. Yeah, here on Best Bets whenever I'm up here with the boys. Find me on Pub Sports Radio on the stream tonight. We gotta have some bets going live, having a good time. And on Tuesdays, if you like boxing, Pub Sports Radio, we have our boxing show at 7:30 Eastern with me and Preston, giving our best bets for every fight.
Sounds good. All right, guys, leave a like on your bet. We did hit 100 likes, so thank you guys. Appreciate that. Enjoy the fights and best of luck for UFC 295. See you guys later.